Good morning and welcome to Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist congregation. I am the ghost of budgets past, but you may call me Carissa. Today's announcements. Right after service, Ari is putting on a spooky coffee hour. I have been told it is appropriately spooky. And then for something really scary, after that, the Board of Trustees will be holding an informational meeting regarding the congregational meeting we are holding next week. We are talking about budgets. We are talking about money. We are talking about fire alarms. It's going to be very scary. Also today, we have the young adult group and the Justice Coordinating Committee meeting at noon in various rooms. Every Saturday, we have chair yoga. On the 5th, we will be having the special congregational meeting where we need your vote. So please, please, please plan to attend, either in person or on Zoom. The informational meeting today will also be on Zoom. But we need a quorum of at least 50%. So, also on the 5th will be the memorial for Catherine's sister, Jennifer Nydorf. On the 12th, adult RE will be holding a class on our place in the web of life. And please, please read your emails. The email that goes out on Thursday has lots and lots and lots of information that we can't go over up here just for time limits. And on that note, I would like to invite up the rest of the Board of Trustees for a special announcement. Oh, come on, it's not that bad.
Let's make this harder.
Yes. Yes, let's do that.
Would you like to hold it? Okay. Good morning, everybody. The board and the congregation would like to acknowledge that this month is Minister Appreciation Month. And we're getting it in just in the nick of time here. We would love to make sure that our Reverend Maggie knows how much we appreciate her. We love her, we appreciate her. She goes way overboard on everything she's doing for us. She does above and beyond, and we appreciate her. So we got a little plant for her. It's a peace lily, which I thought was appropriate for now, and a card. Here's the card. So yes, let's hear it for Reverend Maggie.
And on that note, I believe we are turning it over to Jeannie Coates at this point.
There you go.
Thank you, everyone. I do feel loved.
You are. I was just saying. I need to wait till my bowl ringer gets back.
I'm also the bowl.
Among other things. Every Sunday, we sound the bowl 3 times. Once for those who came before, the ancestors and the Tongva peoples who were the original stewards of this land and called it home long ago. We also honor those founding members who remembered, who imagined and planted this growing, thriving congregation. And once, for those of us here and now, for our members, friends, and visitors, our staff, and our extended UU family who all hold, care, and grow this beloved community we know as our own. And once for those who will come, for all we haven't met, who will come to find belonging here with us and call MVUUC their spiritual home in the days ahead. And because of the flow of our ritual this morning, the offering will be taken at this time in order not to disrupt the flow of the ritual. So please come forward. Our offering will now be taken and gratefully received. Please come forward and place your offerings in the basket, and it's over there because of our ofrenda. I am Samhain. I am the beginning and the ending of the year, the opening and closing of the cauldron. I am the beginning of the dark time, the Sabbath of the crone. I am the third and final harvest, when the veil between the worlds is thin, and we honor our beloved dead. The wheel will turn, but you will return to me every October.
The peace candle is cradled in our beloved chalice as a reminder that regardless of our personal spiritual path, we all can focus on sending the force of peace into the world. In the light of this flame, there is peace. May all upon whom it shines be blessed.
On this day, we celebrate the beginning of the dark time, when the days grow ever shorter and summer is at an end. Samhain actually means summer's end. The wheel begins its turning into another yearly cycle, and we follow after the goddess who enters her time of rest during the dark times, and go deeply within ourselves for contemplation and renewal. Candles are lighted on our altars, divination is performed, a cauldron fire is extinguished at the beginning of the ritual to signify the end of the old year. This is then relighted to signify the beginning of the new. An ancestor altar is arranged where those who have passed are honored, and a transition ritual is performed for those who have passed during the year. This part is what we will be presenting this morning. It is strange for pagans at this time of year because all of the trappings of our holies of holies are all around us. Some people even put up orange lights on their houses and decorate their yards. But most of them don't get it. To us, this is a time when the veil between the worlds is thinnest, when our beloved dead return to communicate with us, only to return to the other world when it is over. To us, this is our high holy day, and we invite you to share in it. At this time, I didn't put it in the order of service, so you're going to have to wing it. We are going to sing the children out, minus the words on the screen.
These are the gates of youth and age. These are the gates of now and then. These are the gates of memory and desire. Pass through them. Step between the worlds, beyond time, outside the boundaries of your human life. Pass through them to dance the spiral, to journey renewal. Here is all that ever was. None are forgotten. Nothing fades forever. All that has passed comes round again. For here, what is remembered lives. What is remembered lives.
Will everyone stand, please, as we call the directions? And we're going to face north. North is approximately the approximation north. Sorry, guys. It's all right. He's got another one. Technology is wonderful until it isn't. Yep. You are not all flow. It's not your fault.
Okay. Elements of north, of earth, and of the ground beneath our feet, we know you and ever sustain, that you ever sustain us. Please join in our circle now. Know that our beloved ones will walk again this night upon you. We will look for them on this sacred occasion. Earth, to which we will all return, be with us this day. Blessed be. And to the east.
Elements of east, of air and inspiration, you who carry the scent and sounds of the season, we know you are always present. Please join our circle now. Know that our beloved ones gather near, and we will listen for them on this sacred night. Air that carries the whispers of their voices, be with us this day. Blessed be.
South. Elements of south, of fire and of temperament. We know you always provide a spark. Please join in our circle now. Know that our beloved ones await your warmth as we will watch for them on this sacred night. Fire that carries their passions, be with us this day. Blessed be. Blessed be.
West, elements of west, of water and of peace, we know you are ever flowing amongst us. Please join our circle now. Know that our beloved ones need your gentle current. We will long for their loving touch on this sacred night. Water that flows with their love, be with us today. Blessed be.
Spirit, you are our life force and source and our radiance. We know that you are ever guiding us. Please join in our circle now and know that our beloved ones are waiting at the veil. Let their radiance shine on this sacred night. Spirit, who fills us with light, be with us this day. Blessed be.
If you will now turn to hymn, in your teal hymnal, number 1057, Mother Earth, Beloved Garden. The circle is cast, may it be set apart for our holy purposes. Blessed be.
By the flame that burneth bright, O horned one, I call thy name into the night, O ancient one. Thee I invoke by the moon-led sea, by standing stone and the twisted tree, by moonlit meadow and dusky hill, when the haunted Tor is hushed and still. Come to the charm of the charmed prayer, As the moon bewitches the midnight air, I invoke thy powers that potent bide in shining stream and secret tide, in fiery flame and starlit path. We went dead. In fiery flame.
What happened this time, man?
Great. By the moon bewitches, no, as the moon bewitches the midnight air, I evoke thy powers that potent bide in shining stream and secret tide, in fiery flame by starlight pale, in shadowy hosts that ride the gale, by the fern draped, fairy haunted, of forests wild and woods enchanted. I speak to spell your power unlocks, great master of solstice and equinox.
By the flame that burneth bright, O threefold one, I call thy name into the night. O ancient one, thee I call by moon and tide, from height and depth, both far and wide. Thee I invoke in the forest deep, when all the world is fast asleep, by crossroads dim and wine dark sea, by mist that forms across the lea. Then come to the call of the chanted prayer, as magic infuses the evening air, when crescent moon is hanging low, a silvered arc in the sun's last glow. Or when at last the moon is full, and I feel its compelling pull. On this morn and at this hour, I call upon your ancient power. Reveal to us your mystery. Fill us with your energy. As the darkness now draws near, see the cycle of the year. As the light now goes within, let the hallows dance begin. Our circle is cast, we are between the worlds.
I miss you most upon each Samhain, when the boundary turns to sheer. I wait until the veil is parted at the ending of the year. Sweet Spirit, as you walk among us at the tolling of the eve, I see your face beyond the sunset and hear your voice in the breeze. In the glowing of the candle from the shadow on the wall, I watch for you in every movement and hear your footsteps in the hall. Can you sit and spend the evening as the portal opens wide? Ancestral dead, I bid you welcome. Most recent dead, I pray, abide. When you come, I sense your presence. I put my hand out in the air. A moment then, we stand united, palm to palm, while waiting there. I miss you most upon each Samhain, when the boundary turns to sheer. We share these hours until the dawning, then bid farewell until next year.
Before we raise the golden cord, I invite those of you who have brought pictures or mementos of your dearly departed to come forward and place your items on the altar. Will the facilitators please step forward? Ed, would you help us with this? We gather here to call at this Samhain tide our dear friends who have passed beyond the veil. The golden cord symbolizes the circle of those long past. The knot, which is not held, is left free to symbolize those who have recently left us. This morning, we honor our beloved friends, Maddie Scully, Dolores Burris, Eleanor Martindale, Dave Darrow, Jennifer Nydorf, and Reverend Dory Summers. Also, at this time, when the world is in mourning, I call those victims from Maine and from the Middle East and the Ukraine who have perished because of the cloud of hate that has governed the actions of so many. We hold these innocents in our hearts and honor their transition. We call you into our loving circle. And those of you in the congregation, while we hold the cord, I invite you to call into the circle the names of those you wish to honor. Steve Tamaya, Norm Powell, Nancy Hankel, Nancy Rutherford, Sachiko Sparks,
Frank and Adrian Amos. Vincent Cucciarelli. Valerie Mato. Robert George. Robert Sickles. Georgia Count. Connie Hall.
No, it's east and west divided. Okay. The moon changes and ever repeats her phases. The tides ebb and flow. Life departs one season to return to the next. And now I'd like to divide, it's easy, the congregation east and west for the antiphonal reading, which will be up on the screen. Is it there? Yes. I can't see from the back of my head. All right, east. In the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them.
One of the most famous lines from the classic holiday movie of It's a Wonderful Life is actually unspoken. But it can be read on a sign that hangs in the building alone under a picture of George Bailey's father, Peter. You can read it if you look over the shoulder of George Bailey, played by Jimmy Stewart, as he wrestles with the cranky and greedy Mr. Potter, defending his father Peter's integrity and his ethic to care for the community. The sign reads, "All that you can take with you is that which you've given away." Knowing that many of us are holding numerous levels of grief in these tender times and also today, I especially ask that the energies and love of this congregation holds Karen. Can you just raise your hand? Yeah. Karen has beloved ones in Lewiston, Maine. That's her hometown. So we love you, Karen, and we hold you. Yeah. So as these days grow darker and the season of the year turns toward the holidays, we prepare for untold mountains of expectations for gratitude and ho, ho, ho. But as friends and companions of one another's grief, we withhold that pressure, and instead we hold space open with permission to, instead of ho, 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 to say no, no, no. We hold a space open that allows today's level of grief to determine today's mood. And we hold a space open to first, before any other holiday is celebrated, to mark this time on our calendars with honor of our beloved dead. But what does that even mean, to honor our dead? And how can we bring our own understanding into this ancient tradition and to make meaning? Is it just about remembering them and speaking their names? To place their image on the particular altar of our culture and then be done? But if we're early in our loss, our thoughts are centered more on what death has taken then we are able to consider what we can take with us. It's an important part of our grief journey to allow the death and the loss in, to feel the ways that our hearts are responding to the loss that we're experiencing. But yet, Peter Bailey's words hold great value in his reminder that it is the love that we have given away and shared with our beloved dead in the past, and the compassion that we've invested into them that is our own takeaway. It is love and connection that continues and gives our relationships the untouchable and irreversible meaning that does not die. And that love that is stronger than death has an ability to take our connection to our loved ones. Love allows us to continue to grow in our relationship with those who have died. You may have heard it said that grief is love with nowhere to go. Maybe so, but even so, love is stronger than death. Death pulls them away, but love pulls them back. The tug of war is hard on our hearts, and as the days pass and their absence becomes just a wee bit less painful, their presence can be easier for us to welcome. That song that we heard brings a smile instead of having to shut the music off. And the smell of their favorite muffins baking draws us more to buy one and bite into it, rather than to run out of the bakery. The sense of their presence brings tears of joy and not heartache. And that chat we have with them is more of a two-way conversation and not just a clutching for any form of connection, because love is stronger than death. Without offering any one specific teaching on the soul after death, let's remember that in our community, in this community, we offer respect for the beliefs that others hold as true, as long as they're not harmful to themselves or to others. And conversations around death can be tender, and we need to be gentle and curious with the way that we receive another's beliefs. I've often said that because none of us know for sure, it gives us lots of options. And as this week unfolds into the celebrations of the afterlife in schoolyards and in our neighborhoods, in Mexican and in Catholic cultures, and we see the Halloween festivities popping up everywhere we look, may we look with wonder on our culture and see that it is more than just a little bit death-phobic. And let's wonder about that, but not at this season. We often think of death as opposed to life, but perhaps we can welcome the perception they are instead braided together. And as our celebration today resonates in our souls in the days ahead, and we take home with us the memories of today, may we all breathe a little bit deeper and release some old paradigms that instilled fear of death deep within us. And may we welcome the comfort of knowing that love is stronger than death. Blessed be.
I'm free at last, unfettered sore from mundane life that checked me so. And soon I'll pass through that selfsame door I entered very long ago. And yet I pass on reluctant feet and linger on the side of life. With all its pain, my life was sweet. Now, sorrow cleaves me like a knife. But lo, I cannot tarry more, for death at last has come for me. And so I step through that awesome door and on through eternity.
Lord and Lady of the Green, earn the hunter Gaia fair, elements both visible and unseen, of fire, water, earth, and air. Know we love and hold you dear. As we go our separate ways, we bid farewell and bid good cheer till we meet another day.
The light of the universe surrounds us. The love of the goddess unfolds within us. The power of the goddess flows through us. Wherever we are, the goddess is, and we are well.
And as at the end of all of our pagan rituals, the final word is, let's eat.